Hi, I'm Wendy Gardner. Smocking and gathering is made so much easier with this lovely fine shearing elastic. Shearing elastic is fabulous. It is available in white and in black. It comes on 20-metre rolls and you can use it to smock by machine, but it has other uses too. So not only do you use it to smock, so I'll show how to do that in a minute because you hand wind it on the bobbin. You can use it to gather long strips of fabric very quickly and easily, but you can also use it to rejuvenate your knitwear where the cuffs or the hemlines have gone a bit baggy. I'm going to start with smocking by machine. So the first thing to do is to hand wind the shearing elastic onto your bobbin. So I started by putting it up through the hole in the bobbin from the inside to the outside so I can hold that in place. And then just with a little bit of tension on it, not stretching it too much, hand wind it on. You don't want to wind with your usual bobbin winder because it'll go through the tension and stretch as it's winding, and then it won't do the smocking when you put it through the machine. So once you have enough on the bobbin, you just trim off the tail that you had poking up there and put it onto the bobbin exactly the way you would a normal thread, making sure it goes through the tension. Bring it up with your needle and just hook that out from underneath. Pop the bobbin case on. The next thing I have done is increase my stitch length to maximum and then placing the fabric underneath. I'm just using a straight stitch and have a little bit of tension behind and in front of the needle as you sew. Having done the first row, you go back and do the next row. Now you can mark your rows on if you like, or you can use the edge of the presser foot, which is just as good a guide. And again, I'm going to put a little bit of tension on the fabric in front and behind so that it will gather nicely. So do as many rows as you like and then ease the gathers along the length until they're nice and even. And then anchor the thread ends by stitching vertically up and down a couple of times. And of course they'll be caught in the seams as well. And you've now got this lovely stretchy sheared fabric which looks lovely on a little girl's dress or the bodice of a strapless dress. But that's not all that you can do with the shearing elastic. As I mentioned before, you can gather long strips very quickly and easily by laying a length of the elastic on top of your fabric, wrong side up, and select your zigzag stitch. The idea is that you're going to zigzag over the elastic, not catching it at all, and then once you've done, you can pull it up. So having finished stitching over it, you just pull up the elastic and push the fabric along until you've gathered it the amount you want. And you can see how quick and easy it is. And just adjust the gathers all the way along your strip. So much easier than doing 2 rows of long stitches on your machine, pulling up the bobbin thread only to find that the thread breaks halfway through pulling it up. The third thing you can do with shearing elastic is if you have a favourite sweater or piece of knitwear that's got a little baggy around the hemline or cuffs, you can rejuvenate it by hand sewing a running stitch along the hemline, which can just very slightly gather it in again and give it back a new lease of life. I'm just doing a quick running stitch, which just pulls it in very, very slightly. Now this is a double layered hem. So on the right side, you can't see any of the stitching at all. But again, if I was using the black shearing elastic, it wouldn't matter if you could. It wouldn't show. But it's just going to give that new lease of life to one of my favourite tops. As you can see, creative effects are made easy using shirring elastic.